Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another video. And by the thumbnail and title, you already know what's going on. We've got the new project car here. It is a 91 Honda Civic DX hatchback. Project car for a little while, for a short time, is a 91 Honda Civic DX hatchback Tahitian green pearl. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to take a look at this thing, and I'm going to give you the story, the background on it as we kind of take a look at it. So we literally saved this thing from the crusher. My friend Kyle has a friend who literally picks up cars from the junkyard. He got a phone call saying, hey, can you come get this car out of our yard? He went and picked it up. They cut the catalytic converter off of it, called Kyle and said, hey, I've got this pretty much complete Civic. Do you want it? Yes. Picked it up, it got dropped off, and as you can see from the photo roll, that what we did was we replaced the fenders and the hood and sent it off to a cheap paint shop, had it resprayed Tahitian green pearl. We put the function and form coilovers that I used to have on the DA on it, and it is now lowered, looking phenomenal. Now here's the thing, obviously there's a whole bunch of things that should not be Tahitian. This is for one, so we've got some work to do as far as touching it up, because the paint job was kind of a quick spray job. We didn't want to spend a ton of money, but this thing runs like a top. It is mostly a virgin car. We're going to get the tape out and some black paint, and we're going to touch up all the areas that need to be black for now. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this thing on into the garage and get busy on that. It also needs to be washed because it is filthy, because I just drove it 8 hours from South Carolina with no AC, and the exhaust is a bit loud. So yes, now we've got this thing in here. And again, it's not perfect. It still has a couple of dings and little dangs. We weren't sure about the paint shop, so we didn't want to waste a lot of time, but honestly, the way this thing actually came out, it is phenomenal. With a cut and buff, it could probably be even more amazing, to be honest with you. This color in person is so gorgeous. It's probably a little more blue on camera, but that's how Tahitian green pearl is. I need to paint the grill black, you know, touch up the windshield wipers, the cowl. It actually needs a new windshield, which we'll probably get to later. We have new wheels for it, and you already know what wheels we're going with. Don't even front, because you know that Daddy got a set of Rotor Slipstreams 15x7 in black ready to go on this bad boy, which we're just waiting for the tires to show up. The corner lights are brand new that you may have seen in the previous clip, as well as the bumper lights. This thing is still a dual point and it runs phenomenal. Drove it 8 hours here. No issues, absolutely reliable. A lot of highway miles on the car, but I mean, you couldn't tell this thing, for the most part, is still a virgin and really solid. So as you could tell, the original color is Tahitian green. We just wanted to keep it that original color because it's so pretty. You know, it's got some age on it. I love this color, and you just can't beat it. However, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and probably take the mirrors off because I do want to keep them teal. Obviously, you guys notice that everything is Tahitian, the mirrors, the molding, all of that stuff. I'm on the fence on whether I want to re-black all the molding because it looks so good, you know, all one solid color. We have, you know, a front lip we're going to put on, wheels, obviously. We're going to be working on the interior. All right, we got the hood popped. As you can tell, the hood is a little filthy and not the right color. We tried to get them to paint the underside of the hood at the paint shop, but they just wouldn't do it. They're like, it's too much out of our process. We'll have to do too much. We'll have to charge you way too much, like whatever. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna probably take it upon ourselves to maybe do like a rattle can job of just underneath the hood. Obviously, we're gonna clean it and stuff like that. The good news is Resto Tuner is definitely gonna send us out a bunch of stuff for this. We're gonna get this engine bay super touched up and cleaned up. But overall, this thing is in, you know, great condition. It's just got age, typical age, you know, the seats and stuff like that. But overall, it's really clean, you know, normal driver wear, which we're gonna do something about this seat. But for the most part, the carpet and everything is really not that bad. I'll be honest with you, everybody kind of prefers the SI, and while I do like the SI because it has a sunroof and the better motor, other than the motor and the sunroof and a little bit bigger brakes, what really does the SI give you? Well, the good news is we're gonna be putting these big mama jamas on with the DA spindles on this thing. We're going to be kind of doing a little bit of a budget dragon spec on this car, and it will eventually be sold, just FYI. I can't keep this thing long term. I know people hate me for it, unless, you know, somebody wants to donate me enough money to be able to keep these things. You know, you just got to keep moving them and moving on. But anyway, we're definitely going to clean up the engine bay and get this thing nice and tight. Yeah, so I'm going to continue on. I need to go ahead and get this prepped. Stop wasting time. Yeah, we need to get all this black because this looks silly. All right, I've been working on this bad boy. As you can see, I've got the mirror removed. This piece here removed. I tried not to break all the clips. This one I wanted to pull off because it's got like some sun rot, and I wanted to, you know, usually you want to get all this off and at least make it chrome before you paint it or something like that. I'd like to buy a new one, but they're kind of expensive. And if I can save it, I will try for sure. Just to show you, this one was actually in really great shape. So this one turned out amazing. So this side, as you can tell, the mirror's back on. All of this is black now. And then this side piece is all black. And I even took that off, separated all of it, and it just looks so much better. Yeah, we're just gonna be working on this for the next couple of weeks. So it's hot in here, I'm sweating, I'm working hard, and for the next week or so I'm gonna be working on this thing, you know, filming stuff, parts coming in, and we're gonna get this thing turned into a fun little budget beater, I guess. I know what everybody's thinking about the engine. We'll talk about that later. I don't know if we're gonna do anything with it. It just depends. So comment below what you want to see me do to this car. Put a V16 swap in it? Sure, if I had the budget for it. That would definitely be something I would like to do. Got the rear wiper back on. I'm going to be just kind of touching up things as we go. Obviously the door panel's off on this side. Here is the trim piece I took off. If you want to know how to get this off, you pry from the back basically. So yeah, I've got all this stuff sprayed black, nice and neat. And then this trim piece is over here that, I don't know, we'll try to save it. All right, so we got this strip here, back one, and the one behind it that just comes off with a pair of screws. Just take a screw out there, and that thing just comes off. So that's all looking good. Just need to put the mirror back on. So let me explain the story a little bit better so you can understand what's going on with this car. So basically Kyle got this car months ago from a tow truck driver that was gonna take it to the crusher. So we saved it, Kyle got it running, did a bunch of maintenance on it. Then it went to North Carolina with the Jordan distributor guys, and they did some R&D stuff for some products, and then they also did all the bushings underneath the car. They replaced the clutch, the radiator's new. So as far as reliability, this thing is good to go, top notch. I had been seeing a couple of cars come out of this paint shop called Econo in Spartanburg. And again, it's not the greatest paint job in the world. We just wanted to kind of just give it a fresh coat, do a fun little budget build. And the paint job cost a grand total of $407. You know, you can't beat it because it looks phenomenal. Now I really wish that we had kind of gone over the car and really, you know, taken every little dent and ding out of it. They could actually still come out with a PDR guy. The body of this car is absolutely phenomenal. There's just maybe, like you could see, like right there, just, you know, one little ding, and it's barely noticeable. One in the door, I don't know if you can see it, it's like right there. Yeah, there it is. But overall, this car is in great condition. You know, PDR guy could get those out, and with a nice cut and buff, this thing would look great. The whole purpose of this is just to do a fun budget build. Obviously, when I let go of the red SI before, there was a lot of regret of letting that go, but I had this thing in the wings, and it's just taken a lot longer to get to this thing. So again, this is a cheap little fun budget project that'll be here for a little while, and then, you know, we're gonna have to move on from it. The engine is super reliable, doesn't smoke, doesn't seem to be burning any oil or anything like that. The exhaust is super loud, but we'll get to all that later. Anyway, that's where we're gonna wrap up the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for all the support. You wanna help the channel, go over to thedragonspec.com, pick up some glasses or a shift knob, and don't forget to check out the sponsors, Jordan Distributors and Arresto Tuner. Check them out. I'll see you guys in the next one, because we're gonna have some fun stuff going on with this one, so stay tuned. See you in the next one. Peace.